Good day, I am Ed Celabril from BS Ed Math 3A. Today, I am going to discuss Lesson 8.5, Chi-square test for a variance or standard deviation. Chi-square test for a variance or standard deviation. To find the area under the chi-square distribution, use Table G in Appendix C. There are three cases to consider. First, finding the chi-square critical value for a specific alpha when the hypothesis test is right-tailed. Second, finding the chi-square critical value for a specific alpha when the hypothesis test is left-tailed. Third, finding the chi-square critical values for a specific alpha when the hypothesis test is two-tailed. Find the critical chi-square value for 15 degrees of freedom when alpha is 0.05 and the test is right-tailed. According to given, it is right-tailed test, so the shaded part of the critical area is in the right part or right-tailed. To find the critical value of alpha, which is 0.05, we can use the table G. Looking the value of alpha in the top of table G, 0.05, and the degrees of freedom, which is 15, the critical value is 24.996. Find the critical chi-square value for 10 degrees of freedom when alpha is 0.05 and the test is left-tailed. We learned in the previous topic, when the test is left-tailed, we need to subtract 1 to the value of alpha. That is 1 minus 0.05, which is equal to 0.95. By using the table G, we can use 0.95. By using the table G, we can use 0.95 or the value for the area to the right of the critical value and the degrees of freedom, which is 10. So the critical value is 3.940. Find the critical chi-square values for 22 degrees of freedom when alpha is 0.05 and the two-tailed test is conducted. When the two-tailed test is conducted, the area must be split. We need to divide by 2 the value of alpha. 0.05 divided by 2 is equal to 0.025. 0.025 is our area to the right of the larger value. To find the area to the right of the smaller value, we need to subtract 1 to the larger value. Just like what I said earlier in the left-tailed test, we need to subtract 1 to the larger value. So 1 minus 0.025 is equal to 0.975. Using the value of 0.025 and 0.975 and degrees of freedom of 22, we found in the chi-square table or table G that the critical value are 36.781 and 10.982. When you are testing a claim about a single variance using the chi-square test, there are three possible test situations: right-tailed test, left-tailed test, and two-tailed test. If a researcher believes that the variance of population to be greater than specific value, let's say the value is 225, then the researcher state the hypothesis as, our null hypothesis is population variance is equal to 225, and the alternative hypothesis is population variance is greater than 225, and conduct a right-tailed test. If a researcher believes the variance of population to be less than 225, then the researcher state the hypothesis as, our null hypothesis is population variance is equal to 225, and alternative hypothesis is less than 225, and conduct a left-tailed test. Finally, if a researcher does not wish to specify a direction, she or he state the hypothesis as, our null hypothesis is population variance is equal to 225, and Alternative hypothesis is population variance is not equal to 225 and conduct a two-tailed test. The traditional method for hypothesis testing follow. There are 5 steps. Step 1. State the hypothesis and identify the claim. Step 2. Find the critical value or values. Step 3. Compute the test value. Step 4. Make the decision. Step 5. Summarize the result. For our first example, an instructor wishes to see whether the variation in score of 23 students in their class is less than the variance of the population. The variance of the class is 198. Is there enough evidence to support the claim that the variation of the student is less than the population variance? Population variance is equal to 225 at an alpha of 0.05. Assume that the scores are normally distributed. Since the given give us a direction which is less than in the variance, for this problem we conduct a left-tailed test. Step 1. State the hypothesis and identify the claim. Our null hypothesis is population variance is equal to 225 and our alternative hypothesis is population variance is less than 225. Step 2. Since this is a left-tailed test, the value of alpha is subtracted from 1. 1 minus 0.05 is equal to 0.95. To find the degree of freedom, we need to subtract 1 from the sample size. So 23 minus 1 is equal to 22. Using the table G and by using the value of 0.95 and degrees of freedom of 22, we found that the critical value is 12.338. Since this is a left-tailed test, the critical value is on the left part or left tail. Let's proceed to step 3. Step 3. Compute the test value. From the given, our n or sample size is 23, alpha is 0.05, sample variance is 198, and the population variance is 225. By using our formula for chi-square is equal to quantity n minus 1 multiplied to sample variance all over population variance. By substituting in our formula 23 minus 1 quantity 198 all over 225, our test value is 19.36. We can now proceed to step 4, make the decision. For this step, if the test value falls in non-critical region, we cannot reject the null hypothesis. And if the test value falls in critical region, we can reject the null hypothesis. In this problem, our test value is 19.36 and fall in non-critical region. Our non-critical region is the shaded part or less than in 12.338 as shown in our figure. So our test value is 19.36 which is greater than in 12.338 and fall in a non-critical region. The decision is to not reject the null hypothesis. Step 5. Summarize the result. There is not enough evidence to support the claim that the variation in test score of the instructor students is less than the variation in the score of the population. Our next example. A hospital administrator believed that the standard deviation of the number of people using outpatient surgery per day is greater than 8. A random sample of 15 days is selected. The data are shown at an alpha of 0.10, there is enough evidence to support the administrator claim. Assume the variable is normally distributed. Our data is 25, 42, 12, 30, 16, 38, 5, 9, 8, 15, 10, 14, 18, 12, and 27. Since the given give us a direction which is greater than, so we can conduct a right-tilde test. For our step 1, state the hypothesis and identify the claim. Our null hypothesis is population variance is equal to 64, and alternative hypothesis, which is population variance is greater than 264. Since the standard deviation is given, it should be squared to get the variance. Step 2, find the critical value. Since the test is right-tilde test, and according to our given, our sample size is 15, so we can subtract 1 to get the degrees of freedom. 15 minus 1 is equal to 14, and our alpha is 0.10. By using the table G, that critical value or the critical value we found in table G is 21.064. Step 3, compute the test value. Since raw data are given, we need to compute the standard deviation of the sample, but we need to find the mean of the raw data. To find the mean, we need to get the sum of all raw data and divide it to the number of raw data. The sum is 281, and our n is equal to 15, so we can find the mean. 281 divided by 15 is equal to 18.73. We have a mean which is 18.73. We can now proceed to the formula of standard deviation. Square root of summation of x minus the mean squared all over n minus 1. By substituting the value in our formula, our standard deviation, we found that the value of standard deviation is 11.2. Since we found the value of standard deviation, we cannot proceed to the computing the test value because we need the value of sample variance. To get the value of sample variance, we need to square the value of standard deviation. 11.2 squared is equal to 124.44. We can now proceed to get the test value. Our formula is chi-square. For chi-square is equal to quantity n minus 1 multiplied to the sample variance all over population variance. By substituting 15 minus 1, quantity 11.2 squared all over 64. So for our test value is equal to 27.44. Step 4, make the decision. Our test value is 27.44, which is greater than to our critical value, which is 21.064, and fall in the critical region or in the shaded part. Our decision is to reject the null hypothesis. Step 5, summarize the result. There is enough evidence to support the claim that the standard deviation is greater than 8. For our next example, nicotine content of cigarette. A cigarette manufacturer wishes to test the claim that the variance of the nicotine content of its cigarette is 0.644. Nicotine content is measured in milligram and assume that it is normally distributed. A sample of 20 cigarettes has standard deviation of 1 milligram at an alpha of 0.05. There is enough Is there enough evidence to reject the manufacturer's claim? Since the given did not give us a direction, now we can conduct a two-tailed test. Step 1. State the hypothesis and identify the claim. Our null hypothesis, population variance is equal to 0.644, and our alternative hypothesis is population variance is not equal to 0.644. Since this is a two-tailed test, in two-tailed test, the area must be split. The area to the right of the larger value, 0.05 all over 2, is equal to 0.025. The area to the right of the smaller value, 1 minus 0.025, is equal to 0.975. Using the chi-square distribution table, the critical value for 0.025 and 0.975 and the degree of freedom of 19. The critical value are 32.852 and 8.907. Since this is a two-tailed test, the critical region or rejection region must be found in both tailed. Step 3. Compute the test value. Our sample size is 20. We have a given of standard deviation, which is 1, and the population variance, which is 0.644. By substituting to our formula, 20 minus 1 multiplied to 1 squared all over 0.644. Take note, we need to square the 1 because we have given a standard deviation by squaring it to get the sample variance. So our test value is equal to 29.5. Make the decision. Step 4. Make the decision. Since the test value falls between the critical value and in non-critical region, we do not reject the null hypothesis as shown in our figure. Step 5. Summarize the result. There is not enough evidence to reject the manufacturer's claim that the variance of the nicotine content of the cigarette is equal to 0.644. Thank you.